Oh, Braden, can you grab my Monster, actually?
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
I forgot that.
He's an addict.
For caffeine, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, girl. Welcome to Reincarnated as a podcast. This is episode 7 of our show. We got a couple good segments here for you guys here today. We have, what do we got today, Braden? You tell us.
We have 3 shows that exceeded expectations and 3 shows that did not meet expectations. We have our updated top 5 list.
Oh, that's
And
easy.
then at the end, we have our solo leveling episode 2 and Sakamoto days, which we are now going to be adding to our Saturdays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our discussion about those episodes.
Peak Saturdays.
Peak
Peak Saturdays are here.
I'm so
Peak
excited.
Saturdays.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify to watch all of our episodes, all 7 now. All right, let's kick it off with... English is hard.
So now we are going to 3 shows that surpassed our expectations and didn't meet expectations. So I can start us off since we already, I just finished mine. So which one should I start first? Didn't meet or surpassed?
I feel like we should start off with didn't meet
Didn't meet
You think didn't
expectations?
I got some hot takes here.
I got a crazy hot take, and I already have the One Piece fans shooting me in the leg from our other episode on in my basement, and I'm about to get shot in the leg again. All right. So one that didn't meet my expectations is actually One Piece.
Interesting.
It's a crazy take, but hear me out, right? One Piece, all these One Piece fans, all they say is oh, this show is peak. Everything's so good about the show. Everything is amazing. This makes me think and build up in my head that every single arc, I'm fully invested.
just amazing.
I'm just fully invested. I want to get to the next episode and the next and the next and just binge, right? But and all they say that's bad is the pacing, which I'm watching one pace, which fixes the pacing. And even sometimes when I'm watching this show, I'm kind of bored. There are some arcs where I'm just I take a week and a half or 2 weeks just to get away from it because I'm bored. Thriller Bark, I had to take a week off from watching that show.
It was not much of a thriller.
Got him!
No, it was not. It was not. I was not a fan. The ending was good, but everything leading up to it was just so. And then what other arcs did I not really like? Skypiea. That one was kind of cool, but it felt like it was stretched on for so long. Honestly, Punk Hazard. There were times where I was just I need to take a break, a couple days or whatever. I just feel with all these fans and everything hyping up the show so much, it makes me feel I'm going to be invested in the show the whole entire time and not want to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some times where I felt like I had to take a break from the show because they were just arcs that were just boring to me.
They put those expectations way too high.
Yeah, they put them way too high. Yes, it's good. I really like the show. I really do. Maybe it's in my top 5. Who knows? But, I just felt that it didn't get up there. The expectations were, up here, and, it's probably, right here.
Which I think they had to have done a good job. I mean, there's 1,200 episodes?
Yeah, about near, yeah.
That's got to be fucking hard to keep you invested episode by episode for 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be a little bit of downtime to have the peak.
My next one that didn't meet expectations is actually Tokyo Revengers.
Really?
Yes. So especially in the later seasons, because I'm still catching up. I think I have maybe 5 or 6 episodes left of the most recent season, and I just felt that I don't know, I heard a lot of people really like the show and everything, and I agree with them the first season. I was enthralled in the first season. I loved the first season. Even the second season, there were some times where I was just but then also I was just okay, this is pretty hype, But this most recent season, I was just kind of Like I was invested, but like it just kind of fell off for me.
Like you were trying to push through.
Yeah, like I legit like I think I had like 4 episodes left months ago, like over the summer, and I just never finished it
Really?
because I was just like I'm not really invested into this show. Like I just felt like I kind of lost interest in the characters, if that makes sense. Like I just kind of I don't know. I just didn't really feel for it anymore. Like the first 2 seasons I was in, but then like it just kind of just slowly, like first season was it just like was here, then here, then here, then here, and then I just kept going down.
There's
for
some
me.
shows where like you want more seasons, but you're not gonna get them, and there's some shows where it's like this is the perfect point to stop,
Yeah.
but it just drags too long.
Yeah, I agree. And then my last one that didn't meet my expectations was actually this is probably a hot take, Fire Force.
Really?
Yeah.
I do like Fire Force.
I enjoy it, but there are like
Interesting you say that, Brant.
it's interesting. Why?
No reason.
Okay. So for me, I thought like I know everyone says, "Oh, their sound design is really good, really well done."
Phenomenal.
It is. It's
Best part
it's
of the
amazing.
show,
It
in
is
my
the best
opinion.
part of the show.
Such good sound
But
effects.
Like when
um
he gets you every time.
like I don't know why, but like the time when they went to that, like I think it was like supposed to be like China or whatever, like the separate island, like the desert area, the deserted area. I just found that so boring. I'm gonna keep it real. I did. Like I feel like I think I like stopped watching the show for like 3 months when I got to that, and then picked it back up and finished that like most recent season or whatever. And like I don't know, I just felt like I was pushing my way through it. A lot of these on my list like are shows that like I felt like I had to push through and get my way through, because like I mean if it doesn't meet your expectations, like you're gonna struggle to push through it. And I felt that in Fire Force personally. But I mean, I'm not gonna say that it's not a bad show. It's a good show. I like it. It's just that there was some times where I was just like, I gotta push through. So who wants to go next for didn't meet expectations?
You can just run it backwards and
Run it
go this
backwards?
way.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So I'd like to say I have a few hot takes here. I might piss some people off.
I mean, I had a crazy hot
Yeah.
take, and people are gonna be
So,
mad for sure.
I feel like I have some decent hot takes in mine.
So I'll kick it off strong. Konosuba.
Really?
It.
I love that show.
I really expected it to like hit me more. Like it wasn't as funny as I was hoping.
Dude, I love that show.
Like I heard it was like peak comedy, and like
The
it was
comedy
pretty-
didn't hit for you.
It was pretty funny, but like
Yeah.
it wasn't like top tier.
I
get
got
you.
you.
Like it's I don't know. It just didn't really get me.
I
like-
love
Like
that show.
you've seen funnier is what you're saying. Like
100%.
Yeah.
I've got one in my top 3 that
Oh,
surpassed. for you
okay.
guys.
Okay.
all right.
What I think it's probably the funniest show I've ever watched.
Okay. All right.
It's like anime brain rot. I'll move on to the next one.
No.
That actually shocks me. I love Konosuba.
Yeah, it didn't grasp me. It didn't grab me by the throat.
I got you.
Like I will watch another season if it comes around, but like it's not something I'm like itching to get.
No, I got you.
But
I was so happy when we got a new season. I was like,
the newest season was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was.
I enjoyed it. My next one, I don't think it's as hot of a take. I feel like a lot of people agree on this, but Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, I thought
Really?
about putting it in there.
I love the concept of Hell's Paradise. Like it's a really good concept for the show, and like the animation's really good.
love the animation.
It was just paced really poorly in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I feel like after like around episode 10, like it kind of just slowly died off.
Like
I'm
had
pretty
to
sure
take-
that's when it was.
I had to take a couple weeks off.
Mhm.
Like I think it might have been with like the fights with those like godlike creatures or
Yeah.
whatever. It like got around there and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this other one might piss some people off, like the people who love this show, but Baki.
Never watched Baki.
I've never watched it either, but a lot of people that I know that like have never seen anime, they've watched Baki,
It's
and they said it was really good, but I don't know.
It was okay. Like, I feel like a lot of the story like dragged a lot. Like, it felt repetitive in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Like, it was sort of like, I don't know, think like shonen anime, but it's just a fight after a fight. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of like plot build up in a lot of it.
Okay, so there's like no story, it's just straight fights.
For a lot of it, yeah. Like,
Okay.
it didn't feel like there was much character development.
I probably like Baki a lot. I just like watching people fight.
You probably would. I don't know. There just wasn't much character development, in my opinion. I mean, I haven't watched it in quite a while, but I don't remember being enthralled by the show, and I definitely had to push my way through it. I don't even think I finished. Like,
Really?
the most recent season, I didn't even end up finishing it. I watched like the first 2 episodes. I was like we just keep introducing more massive characters, and like with no like oomph. It was okay. But yeah, that's my 3 that did not meet expectations.
I think that was a pretty good list.
So do I.
So, yeah.
All right. My turn. I feel like I have some hot takes in here.
Let's hear it.
My first show that did not meet expectations is Vinland Saga.
You see, I tried to start that on episode 1. It just like I couldn't get sucked in.
The reason I'm putting Vinland Saga on here, I loved season 1. I loved his whole revenge story of wanting to go and kill, Ashalad or Askeladd, whatever his name is, and the whole story with his dad, and then him going on this journey and never actually being able to kill him. And I tried to get through season 2 because I had this expectation of watching this amazing revenge story because I love watching fights. The fights in the show were pretty good. And it just went from like here to here. It slowed so fast where all of a sudden Thorfinn is like a slave in this place and he's just doing like yard work for so many episodes. Like, sure, we're getting good character development, but that isn't the expectation that I had for season 2 because I was so there for this revenge story. Just for it to 180 for him to be like, no, I'm peaceful.
It's inappropriate and violent.
That's what I heard is that like
I
season
totally
2 is different.
I
like, for
totally
sure.
get why people like it a lot though, and how they love his character development being from like this bloodthirsty guy to like, you know, I want to be more like my dad, like peace is what I want. But that's not what I was there for.
That's not what I want.
I was there to watch the fights and
Yeah,
the revenge story, and I didn't get that.
The guy
So-
that just wants to see fights is upset because he didn't get to see fights.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, but I love the revenge story, and then he never even got to kill him, and that just like completely like killed my expectations.
You were so
Gotcha.
sad.
I was. My second one is Rising of the Shield Hero, which I also loved season 1 of, and then season 2 just sucked. Season 2 of that show was so bad and so random. You go from the shield hero, who you don't expect to be strong, you know, everybody hates him, everybody, you know, he got all those accusations on him already. They threw him out of the town, everything like that. He gets his nice little revenge story-ish, you know, in a way of earning everybody's respect, and then season 2 comes around, and they're just fighting a giant turtle that has some of the worst CGI that I've ever seen in my life. And then all of a sudden, like, it felt like such a random season. It feels like a filler season out of that show. It's so random. Now, my third show that did not meet expectations is Fire Force.
Oh, look at that. I thought you were going to have it in meet expectations. I was just
Absolutely
like, oh.
not. I love the sound effects in this show. Absolutely top tier. The openings, top tier. I'll give it respect where it deserves it. But the show, it's just not interesting. I feel like people love Shinra, love everything with the show. I just can't get with it.
Yeah, I
can't.
I just feel like the plot is just so weird. Like it's not that like it's not weird. Let me rephrase that. It's more of like it's not engaging, if that makes sense. Like I feel like there's no
Underdeveloped?
Yeah, it's like not developed enough to where like, oh shit, like this is gonna happen. Like they gotta prevent this, you know? Like I feel like there's like no like heavy, high stakes.
Yeah, I like his fight with his brother and everything in like season 1, like all that. It was like a good fight, but I don't know. It's just I just cannot get into this show. I haven't even finished season 2. I dropped it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just something with this show, and people praise it a lot. I can't get behind it though.
My 3 that passed expectations.
Let's hear it.
My first one is Windbreaker.
That show was amazing.
It was so good. I had no expectations about this show. All I saw it was on my homepage on Crunchyroll, and I was just like, huh, this has a cool title. What's this show? I clicked on it. It's literally just like, it's like, people say, oh, it's like Tokyo Revengers with freaking like gangs and like fighting and everything like that. And I'm just like, this is so not that. Like, this is like better than that. Like, I just love the fights, the whole season 1 like idea of, oh, like they're in our territory, we got to go over there, we have to fight them because, you know, we attacked them first or whatever, we got to settle this. And like the boss of like the Windbreakers too, like he's super sick. And like I like it's not a tournament style, but it kind of is a tournament style, I guess you could say, of the fights like in that theater. And I just really like the show. The choreography of the fights are amazing.
Oh yeah.
I really loved Windbreaker, and I recommend it to anybody for like a short 12 episode anime. Like if you just want to like, you have nothing to watch and you want 12 episodes to watch Windbreaker.
That's one I would rewatch.
Yes, I would definitely rewatch for sure. And I did they announce season 2? Are we getting a season 2?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, good. I want a season 2.
Yeah, that show had me from episode 1. It was
yes.
So
I really like the show.
You watched that, Braden?
I did not.
Get on it.
Yes, you have to get on it.
So good.
My next one that passed expectations was Jujutsu Kaisen, specifically season 2, right?
Let's go.
Because this kid read the
that
manga.
show.
This kid read the manga and everything, and he was just like, dude, you are not ready for season 2. You are not ready for season 2. And I was just like, dude, I don't know. I felt like season 1, and like the movie was really good, but like I had no clue where it was gonna go.
Y'all ain't
You
ready
know?
for season 3 either.
Apparently
Y'all
not.
are not ready for season 3.
But season 2, like, oh my God, there were so many stakes in the show, and there was like, oh, it was just so good, dude. Like, actually, like a lot of people's favorite fights were like Yuji versus Mahito, all that. My favorite fight was Jogo versus Sukuna. That was my favorite fight. That fight was awesome.
So good.
I loved that fight. Jogo
was
versus
sick
Sukuna
fight.
was so freaking good. But yeah, JJK, specifically season 2, really passed my expectations. And then my last one,
You are strong.
yeah. the last one, I actually watched, what was it? Probably spring to summer, was Black Clover.
Oh, I love that show.
Black Clover
I love
passed
that
my
show.
expectations. I think I like just finished Naruto Shippuden, probably around there. Like had a month or 2 break from watching like a long anime, so I was just like, I need another one to watch so I can watch it in between like episodes of.
Did
like
you end up
these.
watching the movie?
Yeah, I did. We watched it together.
You know what? We did do that. I remember that
now. Yeah, I think I as Braden said in a different episode, like it took a little bit for it to like get
Takes a
interesting.
solid
Yeah.
12 episodes.
And Asa being like, I'm gonna be the Wizard King.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
once
the
once he
Wizard
gets to
King."
like the Magic Knights, like that
Yeah.
whole.
that was good. I really like the elf reincarnation story arc and this story arc that they're on right now, which will continue hopefully. But no, I really like the show, and the freaking cliffhanger, dude. Oh my god.
So good.
Oh my god, it's
Bro,
so
that
good.
last fight.
It was really good. I love that
Peak.
last fight.
It's so peak.
And after the time skip too, I was so like
Yes.
enthralled into it, dude. And I just really like the show. And they just kept like adding more characters to the Black Bulls, and I was just like, I love this. Like, at first I thought it was just going to be just those set characters in the beginning, but they just kept adding more and got more interesting.
So I tried to go with, I don't want to say obscure shows, but shows that I don't think you guys have watched. Maybe entice you guys a little bit
Okay.
into watching stuff.
Owen's Bargains.
Owen's
now.
Bargains. All right, so I want to go back to what we were talking about with Konosuba. The funniest show I have ever watched is called Nichijou.
I've never heard of that.
I doubt you have. It's a
Brain rot
very
anime.
It's a very cartoony looking style.
Mhm.
Like, it's very simplistic. But it is the most out of pocket show you will ever watch. Like, the most random shit you will ever see.
Okay.
It's so fucking funny.
All right.
Like, I go back and watch that show, like, when I'm bored.
Okay.
I don't really know how to describe this show to you guys.
You said brain rot, so
It's-
that's what I'm thinking.
It's the equivalent of brain rot in my
I
opinion,
have a
yeah.
picture in my head of what I'm thinking it looks like, and
Like a school principal suplexing a deer.
What?
That kind of random. 2, it's called Bochi the Rock.
I have seen that one.
I've heard
Love
about that.
Love
Bochi
that
the
show.
Rock.
Okay.
Like, I didn't know what to expect walking into it. I don't really know, like, why I even picked it up, but, like, the show was hilarious. It was, like, there was great character development, like, great friendship. It was a very feel-good show,
Yeah.
and God, there's got to be a season 2. I'm so excited. Like, it was just such a funny show. It had me. I don't know. Like, I binged that in probably a day or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good show. I don't really know.
I
don't even know
can't
how to
remember
describe
if you recommended that for me or if it was Keeb. I can't remember.
Might have been Keeb.
It might have been because I think he watched it as well and said it was really good. So
it. Very good
it was. I think he recommended God of High School and Bochi to me. I think.
And then number 3, it's called 86.
Yes,
I
you
recommended
recommended
this
this to me. Yes,
I've been
I still have to get
recommended
around it.
86 a lot.
You what?
I've been recommended 86 a lot.
Like, from what I've heard, it's like sort of like a back end or like underground sort of like peak show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot. And like, I didn't totally know what to expect. I like to walk into shows, not even like look at the descriptions and stuff. I like to not know what I'm walking into. And this show was unbelievable. Like, character development was amazing. There are like, it's almost like 2 main characters.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like, it's like a war story, and you have people on like almost, I want to say like 2 sides of the war.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end of the first season, which we haven't gotten a second season, there are rumors actually that I just saw that there's a second season in the works for like 2026.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end of the season, you get to see these 2 stories like come together.
So, my 3 shows that exceeded my expectations can be a little obvious. My first one's Blue Lock, because I actually was not into sports anime because I watched this after I watched Haikyuu, which I dropped.
Really?
So my expectations for sports anime, low, very low.
Mm.
And Matt was like, dude, 'cause Matt's a big soccer guy. He used to play soccer a ton. He was like, bro, you have to watch Blue Lock. This show is so good.
It's a different take on sports
I was
anime.
like, dude, I don't know. Sports anime just not it for me. I don't know. Plus, it's soccer. Like, I'm not a huge soccer guy. Like, first couple episodes, bro, this is peak. My second show is, because this was one of my first rom-coms that I really finished, / like slice of life-ish, was Bunny Girl Senpai.
that show is really
Looking
good.
at the cover art and just seeing a chick in a bunny suit, I didn't even know what to expect. Like, my expectations were, like, all over the place, but I was like, yeah, and then you hear that, it's so good, but Bunny Girl Senpai was so good.
I have to rewatch that. It was so
Absolutely
confusing.
love that show. My last show is Tokyo Ghoul, season 1 only. Every
I've
other
heard.
season sucks, but Tokyo Ghoul season 1, you could only watch that season and you'd be like, damn, this is really good. But Tokyo Ghoul season 1 is phenomenal. Season 2 is terrible, and I didn't even get around to finishing season 3, but
Aren't they doing a remake?
that's what I've heard. But season 1, like, So good. Literally just watched season 1.
All right. Well, now we're gonna go to our updated top 5 list.
Owen, do you want to kick off our top 5?
I think I can kick off our top 5. So mine's changed a little bit since last time. Not a ton, but I do have a top number 1. So I'll go from 5 to 1.
Oh yeah. You gotta go.
I was thinking that was gonna be the.
I need to throw in my number 6, an honorable mention.
Oh,
because
okay.
Honorable mention.
It needs to be put out there because this is one of the greatest slice of life romance shows, like drama I've ever watched. It was amazing. It's called Clanad. Clanad After Story is like the secondary show to it.
I've heard
Absolute peak. And
of that show.
That show kind of broke me. It was unbelievable.
I've heard it is one of those.
So we'll get into the actual top 5 list.
All right, top 5. Here we go.
At number 5.
Number 5.
Attack on Titan.
Ooh.
What?
I know.
Oh, number 5.
Number 5.
Oh,
No,
come on, man.
I've watched a ton of good shows, and I don't like I'm the type who doesn't like to put like very mainstream shows as like my top 3 type of show.
They're mainstream for a reason.
Damn right it is. It's so fucking good. I'm literally waiting until I move in with a girlfriend before we watch it so I can experience that again with her. Keep in mind, I love all of these 5 shows with my whole heart. Like my whole top 10, I fucking can't get enough of. So Attack on Titan being top 5 says something. It's unbelievable.
I mean, I'm not going to knock you on it.
I love
dude.
that show.
Yeah.
And I hate having it that low. But I do love these other shows as well. So my number 4, Akame Got Killed. I love that show.
Yes.
Love Akame Got Killed.
That one was so good. I didn't know what to expect walking into it, but it like you couldn't have predicted where that show was gonna go.
No, not at
Like,
all.
At all. Like
Did you know the manga ending's different?
I do know. I have not read it.
A lot of the
need
manga
to.
is different.
It is.
I need to read it, but I personally I loved the way the anime ended. I will never forget the Chelsea death.
Oh my god.
That was god. That threw me. That threw me for a loop. There.
She started growing on me too.
I know.
I was like
damn.
right around when she was starting to grow on me. I was like,
she's kind of a good character.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Boom.
All right.
Yeah.
So number 3, I've got Darling in the Franxx.
Okay.
I love this show. It's like a sci-fi romance action. I don't know what it was about the show. I've watched this probably 2 or 3 times, but like the character development's so good. Like I love the flow of the story because it doesn't
Very good.
like I feel like maybe toward the end it's sort of like
Towards the ending, it gets a little
confusing,
Yeah.
but it does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. So I don't think they did like a bad job with it. But like it was definitely I'd say a crazy plot twist for the end.
100%.
But I just loved the story of like 02 and Hero.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a good story.
Yeah.
My number 2, which I have talked about today, 86.
Okay.
Unbelievable show. Please watch it. Such a great drama. Unbelievable story. I can't wait for a season 2. I'm probably gonna pick that up as a manga and just binge read that.
Okay.
'Cause I do need to read that. I haven't read like a full manga through in a while. I think the last one I did was probably Blue Lock. Like
Blue Cock.
Blue Cock. Yeah.
Blue Cock.
Yeah. Love that manga. That's fucking unreal. The manga's And then number 1.
Number 1.
Number 1. Code Geass. Have either of you watched this?
I have not gotten around to it, but my buddy Nate says
This
that
is his
it's
favorite show.
and he loves it. So
I like to say that the premise is like similar to, but not. It's like similar, but not at all to Attack on Titan.
They're
Like the
very
main
similar.
characters are like they're on the same wavelength.
Mm-hmm.
The story was so good. I loved the characters, character development. I don't know like how to describe these top 5. Like it's hard to like say anything without spoiling anything.
yeah.
Like you just gotta get around to it at some point. I think it's like 50 episodes, which I was sort of like dragging off I was like putting it off watching it because like I was like I kind of want to watch Code Geass. I heard good things about this. It was worth it. And then
I've watched a large majority of the show.
It's like Attack on Titan, where once you get to the end, and you finally see how the story concludes, that you see like half the pieces of the puzzle from like the first half of the show just fall into place. It's like, well, fuck, that's why he did that. That's why that happened. It was so good, like such a good story. All right, someone else take the podium.
I think he just threw it to you, Brant.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll do my top 5. Mine didn't really change much, but I think I did move around some things. So starting with number 5, I also have Akame ga Kill.
I love it.
I loved Akame ga Kill. This dude recommended it to me, and I didn't really know what to expect going into it. All he told me was just like, oh, it's like a revolution, basically. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. Overthrowing a government, like I'll get behind that. Like, you know, I like shows like that. So I went into it, and then started liking the characters. And right when I started liking the characters,
that's the one thing you don't want to do.
Yeah,
the one thing
you don't want to do.
You
You don't want to start liking the characters a little too much.
The characters.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil much, but like, you kind of get the idea. My number 4, and I feel like I've watched enough to where I could put it in, considering of how much the show is. I put One Piece as my number 4. Like I said before, like it drags on a little bit, but the shows that are or the arcs that like are peak, it's very, very good. I like once when they introduce the characters, all the crewmates, you love them right away. I just like right after once when they go into the Grand Line and everything and go to Logue Town, I just was enthralled in this story. Luffy following his dream to become the king of the pirates, not just not just become a pirate, but become king of the pirates, and following his dream and, taking on every single warlord of the sea, going through the Grand Line, and then challenging the world government just to stand up for his friends and his crewmates. Like, it's just such a good show, and I love it. That's why I'm trying to put it on you guys, like, because I feel like
What did he say?
You guys, like, I mean, when was the last time you watched like a really long anime?
There's a reason.
My number 3 is Attack on Titan. Sorry, Braden.
He's not liking this.
I love that show. It's so good and everything about it, but I just think that for me personally, these other 2 shows pass it, not only in the fights, but the story and just everything else. But like AOT is really good, how they also just like link everything from things that happened in the past to what's going to happen near the end and everything. Like it's just so like well developed and like a giant web where everything's just connected.
I have 0 issues with Attack on Titan.
Like I have no complaints.
Good.
A lot of people said that the finale was bad. I didn't even mind the finale.
I loved it.
I thought it was pretty decent. And like I just thought the show was really good. My number 2, which Braden's gonna love, is Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
Jujutsu Kaisen is my number 2. Again, fights are really good.
Love JJ.
The story's really good.
The manga.
Yeah,
The manga.
the manga apparently is amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
but-
I'm seeing all the fan animations now of people like animating the manga fights as like little animations.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen for me, I really like, and I can't wait for season 3. And my number 1 is another long anime. It is Naruto.
Okay.
I love
Naruto Shippuden, kind of both together. I really love the show. I remember my buddy, he was just like, dude, I like after Attack on Titan, you gotta watch Naruto. So I was like, okay.
Did you watch filler?
Yeah, I did watch filler. Right around, I think, I think it was around the Pain arc I started skipping filler, but all the way up to the Pain arc, I watched all the
skipped
filler.
the whole way. If I can avoid filler in any show, I'll do it.
Yeah,
watched
I mean-
filler the whole way.
I mean, I was new to watching
That's gotta be
anime, so I didn't even know
brutal.
filler was a thing.
Neither did I.
Yeah, I didn't understand that filler was.
I skipped filler all the way through like OG Naruto too, and it was like 100 straight episodes of filler, and I remember going from like this point in the show to just the last episode basically.
Yeah, I think I remember people mentioning, oh, you don't have to watch it because it's filler, and I'm just like, okay, but like, what if they say a couple things that actually like mean something in the filler, and they're
It's
and
not how filler
yeah,
works.
I learned that's not how filler works. So yeah.
Yup.
All right, Braden, top 5. Go.
My top 5 now. Now this show has just made it into my top 5 after the last season because of how perfection it was. It's Demon Slayer. And I have also read the manga towards the end.
Mm.
I'm so excited for these three strings of movies that drop are going to be so good. I'm so
Next
pumped.
arc,
I'm so excited to watch all these last fights. My number 4 is Darling in the Franxx.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
Love Darling in the Franxx. So good. Do you say Franks or Francs?
I say Franks.
Does it really matter?
Nope.
France.
Someone will yell at me.
Get out.
Darling in the France.
So someone will yell at me and tell me it's Francs. But my number 3, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Number 3.
Because I've read the manga, I know all the fights, everything that's about to come. So excited. Except I know I'm going to have to wait till season 4. If not season 5 till this finishes most likely. I'm hoping they can get it in 4 seasons so I don't have to wait as long. But the fights are about to be fantastic. Shit's about to get real, to say the least. Now, my number 2 is Dragon Ball.
Good choice.
Love Dragon Ball.
I figured Dragon Ball is going to somewhere be in there. I mean, you love Dragon Ball.
Love Dragon Ball. The fights in Dragon Ball are incredible. Dragon Ball Z, some of the most incredible fights. Gohan vs. Cell. You know, you got Super, where you get Super Saiyan God. You get all the good fights. Tournament of Power.
Tournament Power's good.
Majin Buu Saga, one of the best arcs in the whole show.
Prediction.
I have a hunch.
I have a hunch. I think I know what his number
Now,
1
my
is.
number
Me
1.
too.
I think it is. I think it's, you know,
Might be.
I think I know what it is.
I don't think you know what it is.
I
My number 1 is No, I'm just kidding. It's Attack on Titan.
Oh, really?
Attack on Titan is single-handedly the greatest show I've ever watched in my life. Eren Yeager is the single best main character in all of anime. He is an absolute goat.
These are
Okay?
cold takes.
I'm not here for hot takes. I'm here to spit facts.
Ice cold.
Ice cold, baby. Just like Eren Yeager, ice cold when he went to Marley. Ice cold. He's got ice in his veins. He is him. No, everybody that hates on the ending just they don't understand him. They don't understand him in the slightest, okay? If you do not understand why Eren Yeager did what he did, rewatch the show until you understand, okay?
Again and again and again and again and again and
Straight
again.
up a goat.
Rewatch it again and one more time just to be safe.
I will die on this hill that this is the greatest show ever.
All right, well, now we are going to go watch the Solo Leveling episode 2 and also Sakamoto Days episode 1 because those just dropped a couple, maybe like 30 minutes ago or something like that. So we're going to go watch those and we'll come right back and give us our discussion on those 2 episodes. So we'll be right back. And we're back after watching episode 2 of Solo Leveling and the first episode of Sakamoto Days. Which one do we want to talk about first? Solo Leveling?
Let's talk about
Solo
Sakamoto Days
Okay,
first.
Sakamoto Days then. All right. So I thought the episode was really good. I'm really interested where this goes. If I'm being completely honest, like I got some like John Wick vibes. I genuinely thought that like they were gonna kill his like his wife and kid, and like he was gonna go on like a rampage to kill these guys and stuff. But I mean, That's not what happened.
Yeah,
but-
they kind of dealt with that man pretty quick.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But it was a really good show. I'm really excited to see where it's gonna go though.
100%.
Love this. I love
Yeah.
the manga, and they did a really good job with the first episode.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
I heard rumors, like based on the opening that they dropped, that the fighting animation wasn't going to be very good. It was going to be like a lot of still frames, very PNG lock-esque, which we don't want.
That
And
show.
it did not disappoint.
No, it
Fucking
didn't. I
Catching
thought it
bullets
was
with the
good.
chopsticks.
Yeah.
Bro, that was badass. That
Or
was
spitting
crazy.
a gumball at a bullet just to redirect it. That was sick.
I like the
Wild.
cartoony and like animation vibe
Yeah.
that
Uh-huh.
we got.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good. I love it.
Yeah.
Didn't disappoint.
I'm really excited for the next episode.
I am as
Everything.
well.
Yeah, so another show that we can watch. Yay.
Yes.
Let's go. Okay. Now on
Peak
to
leveling.
yeah,
peak leveling.
Solo leveling, yeah. Holy crap.
That's
dude.
crazy, bro.
Oh my gosh, starting off the rip with the episode
Bro,
of
every episode
Arise.
fire.
Arise. He just
The
like
new Shadow Soldier.
Yes.
dude. Oh my gosh, he got the bear
The ice
soldiers
bears.
off rip, and then they got to the intro, and then the dude, he came back, he's like tweaking, he's like,
Bro, he was crashing out.
Yeah,
bro.
dude. He was
and then
so
he just
mad.
got handled quick.
yeah, he's just like,
Quick.
he's like not even facing him. He's just like, hey, you handle this, Egress. You handle this. Bink.
Bro, the way he
Arise.
gets the snow up and covers it too.
Dude,
like,
All the
was so
sound
sick.
fucking cuts out, and then it's just Arise.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I for real thought when the snow cleared, I thought it was like Egress and like he like merged with that guy for some reason. I did not think that he was gonna kill him and then like raise him as his like soldier again, like reincarnate him
it
or
was
whatever.
wild.
It was crazy. I didn't even consider that he could do it to humans.
Yeah, I didn't even,
I didn't
think
even
about
consider that. I thought it was like only like those beasts or like magical creatures that you could do it to. Because technically, I think like Egress is literally just a suit of armor. I
Yeah.
think.
I think
So-
they did that scene different from the manhwa, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't think it's exactly the same, but honestly, I think I liked this better.
That was
Dude, even the comedy was hilarious.
the comedy's
too.
great.
Dude, that was so
The
funny
Shadow
when he was
Soldier.
just like, boom, 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 boom. He's like, you need to show some restraint. And then like all the sorcerers behind were like, yeah.
Bro, it's gonna be great. We're gonna get all the like shadow soldiers getting their little moments now. It's so
Then Egress is just like looking over. He's just like,
Peak
This
leveling is
guy.
back.
it is so
Dude.
back. It's so
funny.
good.
all right, well,
Doesn't disappoint.
yeah, all right. Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of Reincarnated as a podcast. Just make sure you guys follow us on all our socials: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. Also with this TikTok ban. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that, but I mean,
They say this every year.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure
say-
it's
they
gonna
say
be
it every
back.
year.
We'll
Who knows?
probably be fine.
who knows? Regardless,
Instagram.
follow us on Instagram and YouTube if TikTok does get banned and Spotify, or if another, TikTok
Another TikTok will pop up.
pops up,
Another TikTok
then
will
we'll make
pop
something
up.
for that too. So we'll see you guys next Monday at 12 o'clock. See you
ya.
guys.